Intermittent fasting, should you do it or should you not do it if you want to get a flat stomach and lose all your belly fat as quickly and as sustainably as possible? And if you're going to fast, how long should you fast for? These questions are going to be answered for you today in this video, so I would highly recommend for you to watch this in full, especially if you're a super busy guy that has a very busy career that is looking to lose belly fat that you have a difficult time losing right now. So without further ado, let's just jump right into this video. The first thing we have to address is that intermittent fasting is a tool and it is not a magic bullet. We want to make sure that we use the tool that is fasting in the best way possible, and tools can either be used efficiently or they can be abused and used the wrong way. Fasting is great as long as you do it in moderation, because if you fast too much, you definitely can lower your metabolic rate, which is the rate at which you burn fuel, right? But you can also unlock body fat around your stomach that's been difficult for you to unlock because you may be overeating foods that are fattening. You may have a short time restricted eating window in between your meals, which simply means the time period in between each meal that you have. There could be a lot of different reasons as to why you have belly fat in the first place that may not have anything to do with intermittent fasting, but it still may help you. But once again, it is a tool. So when people first start, let's say they have a time restricted eating window, which once again is the time period in between your meals. Let's say from 8 p.m. to 6 in the morning, we have a 14-hour time restricted eating window and we break our fast then we have basically fasted for 14 hours. Usually, on average, people have a time-restricted eating window of about 10 to 14 hours at most. But once you start to get to 16 and 17 hours, and especially north of 18 hours, then that's when it becomes more of a legitimate fast. And when they first start, certain people may notice some fat loss because they're able to unlock body fat around their stomach especially, that they've had a difficult time unlocking for a lot of different reasons that we went over earlier. You're eating foods that are fattening, the period of time in between your meals is not long enough to give your gut a break. There could be a lot of other reasons as to why you have stored this belly fat that has nothing to do with fasting. So that's why you always want to make sure that you use this tool in the right context, because somebody that is going to start fasting when their diet sucks makes absolutely no sense. It's just as much of a time waster as watching The Bachelorette with you know who. So we don't want to do that. We want to make good use of our time. So when we are doing intermittent fasting, we want to make sure that our diet is already optimized. We're already eating nutrient-rich foods. We are eating animal foods, foods that are going to satiate us and not spike the hormone that is responsible for us storing body fat to begin with, which is insulin. As long as each one of those boxes are checked there, we're going to be good to do some fasting. But we just want to make sure we don't do too much of it, because if I'm doing OMAD, 1 meal a day, every single day, 24 hours of fasting, over time, our metabolic rate will slowly go down and the benefits that we are seeing from that fasting will start to diminish over time for certain people. It's not always the same case universally, but we have to keep these things in mind. If there is all of a sudden less fuel coming in than what was coming in before, the metabolism, the rate at which we burn fuel, is going to have to go down to some degree, and sometimes much lower than usual if we are doing something like OMAD, only eating once per day and not eating that much every single time we eat, right? So we want to make sure that we are using this tool the right way and we're not overusing it. That's why I recommend for my clients to fast for about 2 to 3 times a week at most. And I have clients that really didn't even do much in the way of intermittent fasting at all, but still lost a whole lot more in the way of belly fat. Joe did some intermittent fasting every now and then, but he was actually eating more in the way of food and losing more body fat than ever, especially in comparison to any other program that he's ever joined. And this is his before and after picture right here. That is just 3 months apart. A huge difference in his belly fat just by optimizing his diet. And if you want to learn more about how you can optimize your diet, all the links are down below in the video description, the main video on my channel, the Client Success Transformation playlist, as well as a form to actually work with me if you want to fill that out and learn more about how I can actually help you get a flat stomach. You can fill out that form there. If I see you're a good fit, then I'll reach out to you and see if I can help you. But coming back to the point, you can certainly see results just like Joe as long as you address the root cause of why you even gained this belly fat in the first place. It's not due to you not doing enough in the way of intermittent fasting, but it most likely means that your diet sucks, one, or two, you're not exercising enough and you don't have that much in the way of muscle mass, and that's why your metabolism is low, or your sleep may suck. Those are the three most crucial areas of your routine day to day that you have to look at, especially when you have a busy schedule and a workload that is taking a lot of your time. What does your sleep look like? What does your diet look like? And what does your workout routine actually look like? It's very rare to see all of those boxes fully optimized for sleep, exercise, and nutrition, and for you to not have a flat stomach. There's going to be some flaws here and there, but once again, if you want to learn more about how I can help, all the links are down below in the video description. But that is pretty much it for this video on intermittent fasting. I hope you enjoyed it. If you did, feel free to leave a like, comment, and subscribe. Follow me on Instagram at itsbobbyo'brien, and you can message me there if you have any questions about how I can help. Other than that, I will see you guys in the next video.